You are very welcome to join us live on 888 Sport. Sadly, we've had quite a lot of rain over the course of the last couple of days. In day 2 of York, well, we're going to start on ground that's going to be pretty testing. Let's just briefly reflect on yesterday, day 1. When it gets soft on the nose mark, the problem is you can get quite false results, and it's quite difficult to know really what we've seen, whether horses have acted on it, just gone through it, or whether they've completely bombed out. But having said all that, I don't think we've seen an Oaks winner, because the likelihood is the winner is going to head to the French equivalent. So today, day 2, we move on to the Dante, the Derby trial. And I don't think it looks a particularly strong race. Whilst I like Cracksman as a horse, there is a good chance, reading what John Gosden says, that he won't line up this afternoon. That is because if he has a tough race today on heavy ground, it is only, of course, now 16 days to the Derby, and that's everything he wants to avoid. If he turns up, I think he'll win, but like I said, he's very much in doubt there. So what would I sign with? Well, I'd be very worried about the second favourite, Crystal Ocean. Whilst I was a massive fan of his when I watched him win his Nottingham Maiden, he has had a couple of weeks off since. Things haven't gone according to plan, and to me, you can't bounce back from that on ground like this when you've had time off. So therefore, I think there's a bit of value with rekindling. Whether or not he's quite classy enough, I don't know, we'll see. An improved performance to win a Group 3 on his reappearance at Leopardstown. He stays, and he's won with cut in the ground. So to me, at about 6-1, he ticks plenty of boxes there. The Middleton Stakes at Somi Dar, I thought, should probably win. I think she could just get back on track here. She was an impressive winner of the Musadora last year. She was challenging for favouritism with minding of last year's Oaks, but of course she then didn't line up. She's a class act. She's got a good record fresh, and this could just be the perfect start to get her career very much back on the map. She's getting weight from horses because, of course, she hasn't actually won a Group 1 yet, and I think there's a lot to like about her chances here. You're not going to get particularly rich, but I think she'll win. Then in the 405, a really interesting horse that I know a lot about. I've seen him gallop on a couple of occasions, Chelsea Lad. Lightly raced, he again has had his fair share of problems, but completely ignore his run at Newbury last time. For whatever reason, he was a well-backed favourite on that occasion, and Ryan Moore just felt he wasn't quite right. He pulled him up, they got back, examined him straight after the race, and there was absolutely nothing wrong with him. What he is crying out for a bit of cut in the ground. He is quite delicate, as I said. He's a lovely big stamp of a horse, and he apparently has been working the house down. So to me, Chelsea Land from draw 1, ignore the last run. I think today could just be his day. They are the best 3 bets of the day. Check out, as always, many offers. They're all available on the 888 Sport website.